जल्द एक बार फिर रिलीज होने वाली है द फ्रीलांसर, और अब ये इसका सेकंड सीजन है जो लौट कर आया है इसके कंक्लूजन के साथ। तभी तो इस वेब सीरीज का नाम है द फ्रीलांसर एंड द कंक्लूजन। और आज इस वेब सीरीज का ट्रेलर लॉन्च हुआ और साथ ही हुई इसके लिए प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस, जिसके लिए मौजूद थे यहाँ पर इस फिल्म की कास्ट जैसे कि मोहित रायना, अनुपम खेर, कश्मीरा परदेशी, जहां पर इन्होंने की अपने आने वाले वेब सीरीज के बारे में ढेर सारी बातें और बताया कि आखिर इस बार इस वेब सीरीज में क्या है नया। तो आइए चलते हैं इस वेब सीरीज की कास्ट से और जानते हैं उनकी आने वाली वेब सीरीज के बारे में। भाई इसका ट्रेलर तो काफी धमाकेदार था।
So it's great to be here today, and we are with Neeraj Pandey. There's Anupam sir, and it happens to be a Wednesday. So we are all due some excitement just with that. And yes, I think Neeraj, Sheetal, Friday Filmworks, and Hotstar, in some ways, this is the origin story of Hotstar specials, because before we had a strategy, we had an ambition to work with them. And before we wanted to do or needed to do anything else, our first step as a company in this direction was to call them and ask them if they had a story to tell. So I think if we have gotten somewhere in the last 5 years, we have gotten there together, in lockstep with them. We have learned together. We have had fights together. And we have come out on the right side of those fights to create 2 incredible seasons of special ops, which have in some ways been foundational to how big series are thought of in this country. And of course, today, the conversation is about the incredible achievement, which is creatively the Freelancer. And it's a brave story, been told by a really, really brave team against the odds. And the making of it, the challenges that they have been through, the creative hurdles, the production hurdles, and to see so much passion and commitment on the line for somebody who's just a suit is really awe-inspiring. And I think more than anything else, every one of us in Disney Plus Hotstar, we are enthralled. And I can tell you this, that the response to the first part has been incredible. So I'm really, really hopeful and excited.
Hello everyone. Thank you for the amazing response that we got for the first part firstly. And I think Gaurav has summed it up beautifully, our relationship and the way we sort of delivered the 3 content pieces, and now the second part of Freelancer is on its way. I think it's a very interesting world right now in terms of content, and I'm glad that we found an able partner in Disney Hotstar. We're willing to take these risks that we wanted to as well, and deliver content pieces like this, and I'm glad that it's paid off for all of us.
Unbelievable, unshakable faith in his qualities as a storyteller, how he wants to always challenge himself and surprise and tell thrillers in a style which is incredibly unique and hugely powerful. So I think for all of us, we first came to him as fans of his craft. After that, I think there is a lot of comfort that we have with Friday Filmworks and Sheetal. He's an amazing force, and I think this partnership has brought us great joy over the last 5 years, as I said earlier. And of course, I think the 2 of them together brought this incredible cast together. And somewhere they have history, and somewhere I have history. So I think it's all fantastic. I think one of the foundational stones in my career is Mahadev, and Mahadev is Mahadev also because of Mohit. So he's somebody that I'm incredibly in awe of and hugely grateful to. So I think this was a very easy decision. And I think when you don't think of the people, you then think of the story. And I think the story is gripping, and it explores a world that is not seen before in Indian cinema, on Indian television, and definitely not on streaming either. And that world and the fears and the challenges that it poses for all of us, right? For every one of us, in whether we live in Bombay, whether we live in Delhi, whether we live in the everyday complacence of our lives. And in some ways, that complacence, that sense of freedom, the sense of belief that, tomorrow is likely going to take care of itself. In some ways, Neeraj and this team are challenging that. They're posing us questions which are about truly how dangerous this world is becoming. And I think as storytellers, we have to, face this uncomfortable truth. And I think there is something to be said for doing it powerfully and also doing it entertainingly. You're scared a little bit. And I think there are moments in the show which are very, very scary. And also there is a thrill side to it, and we just got evidence of that in that spine-chilling scene and amazing performances from both the actors. So yeah, all of that makes it an incredible package.
I don't know how I do it, but I think a lot of it relies on the response that we get from our audiences. They are the ones who encourage us that we need to push the envelope a little more, to work harder, not to repeat ourselves. So I would definitely assign it to my audiences, the ones who have loved our work over the years, who've sort of quality checked us all the time.
Yeah, it was very difficult, but thanks to Neeraj and his vision, he constantly, pushes the team to push the boundaries and, find the right things. It was challenging to create Syria, but yes, we found the right location in Morocco. It was a very interesting thing. We went there for a recce. The country closed down because of COVID, and within 6 hours we had to reach the airport, buy a ticket and get out of it. Otherwise we would have been stuck there for a couple of weeks. But we managed to do that. But yeah, finally we went there and we recreated Syria. It was a wonderful experience.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and thank you for the great response. Yes, I think my journey has been very exciting for a lot of reasons. The first and the foremost reason was Mr. Neeraj Pandey. Obviously, I've been a huge admirer and fan of Neeraj sir's work. So when he called me and he told me that he's going to, making a series which is inspired by this book, Ticket to Syria, and the journey started back then. I think it's been more than 3 years. I think 3-4 years. So yeah, it's been filled with a lot of ups and downs. It's not been less than any roller coaster ride for all of us. Because of various reasons, because of the terrain that we were shooting in Morocco, different culture and different people to work with, but we had some great, amazing international crew also. And the journey of Avinash Kamath has been great, I think he's an underdog, and now finally on 15th of December we will see what the outcome is. Will he be able to extract her, and how and where he'll be able to do it under the guidance of Anupam sir. So yes, the journey has been memorable.
When I'm working with Neeraj, मैं अपने आप को इनके भरोसे छोड़ देता हूँ. Whatever he tells me, I just do that, and he makes my job easy. और ये एक्टिंग कभी बाएं हाथ का खेल नहीं है. इसमें हमेशा दिल और दिमाग और सारा शरीर लगा रहता है. वो लगता बाएं हाथ का खेल है. That is the beauty of hard work and years of work. I have, as you said, today is Wednesday. तो तब से लेकर अब तक एक साइलेंट कम्युनिकेशन होता है इसमें. ये मुझे चैलेंज करते रहते हैं, मैं इनको कुछ थोड़ा बहुत चाबी करता रहता हूँ. एंड आई थिंक दैट्स थोड़ा बहुत नहीं, मतलब आई थिंक that's what I enjoy working with both of them. They're now more than friends, they're like family. And ये जब से ये वेटरन स्टालवर्ट वगैरह के वर्ड्स इस्तेमाल होने होते हैं, उस समय तब से मैं ज़्यादा चौकन्ना हो गया हूँ. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि एक दिन ऐसा आएगा कि मैं यहाँ पर बैसाखी पहन के लेके आऊँगा और व्हील चेयर में. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. Till 90 I'll be working like a newcomer because my competition is with myself. So I keep doing that. And as long as he comes up with these characters, it's very good. And I think when I work with Bhav also, he also has now started behaving like Neeraj only, constantly challenging you. No, it's a fun, it's a great joy to be working with them. Not only as an actor, but as a person also. You get to learn so much from them.
So firstly, thank you to the audience for giving us such a sweet response. And a bigger thank you to Neeraj sir, to Hotstar, to Friday Storytellers for giving me this opportunity to play somebody like Alia. And when they select you, you start thinking, oh, is this for real? I mean, they think I can do this. You know, till you get it, you're like, no, I want to do this and this is mine. And when they believe in you, it's magical. And how I approached Alia was purely how nicely she was written and how our journey was written. Why I think I feel lucky that I got a role like Alia to embody is because her journey is so challenging, from a sweet innocent girl who wants a normal life to whatever she's going through. At one point she embraces it and she wants to fight back, and I love to fight back. And that the layers have shown itself in that journey, and I have loved it, and it has taught me a lot. The role of, I mean, Alia has taught me a lot, and it's lovely to be a part of this project, you know, to play Alia along with these brilliant people here. That's the beauty of it. That's the magic of it.
First of all, thank you for coming. And in the second part of the show, as it's mentioned, the conclusion, we will see how the freelancer finally plans and makes his way towards Alia, how he develops his team, the kind of action pieces, the set pieces you'll see. The challenges for me was how to scale it up. The kind of places where we shot, the kind of action set pieces that we designed, the journey that each character takes. There's also a very special, distinct way you'll see Kashmira in the second part of the series. How to navigate those, craft those, and build it to a crescendo, a very action-filled ride, is what the biggest challenge was for the second part.
You've given eyes to their vision, so thank you for creating Beyond Brilliance. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And with that, I think time for us to open the floor for the media Q&A. मेरी दरख्वास्त है कि जो भी कोई सवाल पूछना चाहेगा हाथ ऊपर कर लीजिएगा. Once you get the mic, please mention आपका नाम, which publication that you belong to, and also whom you want to ask the question. That way, it gets easier to address.
Hi.
Yes, they're on. Thank you, Pratik.
Hi, Gaurav.
1 second. If you don't mind, can we just dim these lights a little, please?
Thank you so much. Thank you for appreciating the stories. Yes, we have a very aggressive lineup of shows that we are very, very excited about, beginning, of course, with the Freelancer. So before we come to 24, let's end 23, hopefully with a big high, and fans really liking what we have to share in the conclusion. After that, we have 3 shows that I do want to talk about, which are really exciting. First is we are bringing the 3rd season of Legend of Hanuman in January, and that's India's first, large-scale animation designed for all audiences, not just for children. And it's Indian mythology told in a way of storytelling that hasn't been explored in a very big way in India before that, definitely on streaming, not done before. So that's very exciting. Then we are doing a very interesting story with Raveena Tandon in the lead, and it's exciting to partner with her for the first time for us, and that should be a good show. It's a twist on the kind of stories that Star has told for over 2 decades. Let me not tell you more. Wait to hear from us over the next few days, very, very shortly. Third, we are collaborating with Karan Johar on a fiction series called Showtime, which is set within the film industry, and it is Karan Johar telling a story about nepotism and what nepotism can do to a film studio. So that should hopefully be exciting as well. And then, of course, we have, Ram Madhvani and Neeraj Pandey coming back with other stuff, which we're not going to talk about today. But yes.
इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के मेरे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में हॉटस्टार में बोला था कि आप सिर्फ फ्रीलांसर के बारे में बात करना, और मैं चाहूँगा कि मैं उस क्लॉज को बरकरार रखूँ. हम यहाँ फ्रीलांसर की बात करने हैं. इतनी मेहनत की है लोगों ने, सब लोगों ने, और उस मेहनत पर हम कोई और बात करना शुरू कर दें तो फिर उस बात पे ज़्यादा चर्चा हो जाएगी। बेटर है कि हम इसको बरकरार रखें, इसकी मर्यादा को। ये सवाल मैं आपसे बाहर चल के कॉफ़ी वॉफ़ी पी के किसी दिन करूँगा मैं। आज के लिए हम फ्रीलांसर में मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया, बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे। मैंने बहुत मेहनत की और मेरा जो लुक है, मेरी वाइफ का फेवरेट इस साल का था शो। उन्होंने मेरी कभी 2023 में तारीफ़ ही नहीं की, मैंने काफ़ी काम किया। एंड उन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि नीरज का नंबर सेम है क्या? मैंने कहा हाँ सेम है, क्या हुआ? नहीं, उसका सेम नंबर नहीं है। मैं उसको मैसेज भेजा कि मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा फ्रीलांसर। तो मैंने फिर उनको कहा कि आप फ़ोन करो। तो मेरे लिए तो ये 2023 बड़ा अच्छा गया एज़ फार एज किरण जी इज़ कंसर्न्ड। भगवान का लाख लाख शुक्र है कि अपने फ्रीलांसर मुझे कास्ट किया सर। थैंक यू सो मच। मेरा घर चल रहा है उस
थैंक यू, बट आई डोंट थिंक कि मुझे इस किरदार ने अफेक्ट किया था। लर्निंग्स थी इस किरदार की। एज एन एक्टर आप जब भी किसी किरदार को अप्रोच करते हैं तो आपका काम होता है सिर्फ अपने डायरेक्टर का विजन फॉलो करना। तो मैं नीरज सर का और भव का दोनों का विजन फॉलो कर रहा था। जो जिस तरीके का इन्होंने कैरेक्टर स्केच अपने माइंड में सोचा हुआ था, ऑन अ डेली बेसिस वी वुड एक्सप्लोर दैट। जैसे जैसे सीन्स आते थे, जैसे जैसे अप्रोच होता था, एवरी अप्रोच वुड बी डिफरेंट। जैसे कि आज हमने देखा जो वो शॉट था जो अनुपम जी के सामने मैं गन लेके खड़ा हूँ, तो उसका अप्रोच बहुत अलग था। वो नीरज सर को स्पेशली वैसी ब्लडी रेड आइज़ चाहिए थी, तो वो उस तरीके का अप्रोच था। सो आई डोंट थिंक कि मैंने कुछ बैगेज उसके साथ कैरी किया या वैसा रहा, बट आई एन्जॉयड द जर्नी। द जर्नी हैज़ बीन वन ऑफ द मोस्ट मेमोरेबल जर्नीज ऑफ माई लाइफ। द रीज़न बिग, मैंने कभी भी ऐसा एक अंडरडॉग प्ले नहीं किया है हु कम्स आउट of nowhere and becomes something else and has a second life in place, you know. So it was a very interesting arc for me to play and be Avinash Kamath.
Mohit's character, if you've seen how Avinash Kamath is, he's someone who's, जो first part में हमने उनकी journey देखी, he was someone in Mumbai, very rooted, and who was as rooted as possibly you can be, and then he was operating in Europe as well. Someone who has a lot of range. एक जगह हम देखते हैं कि वो बॉम्बे के एक ASI हैं, और दूसरी तरह हम लोग देखते हैं कि वो यूरोप में टॉप इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज और मर्सनरीज के साथ इंटरेक्ट करते हैं. सो यू नीड समवन विद अ लॉट ऑफ रेंज, एंड दैट्स व्हाई मोहित फिट द बिल perfectly. We have seen a glimpse of him before doing some action. Here the opportunity was much bigger. Kashmira gave a fantastic audition. We needed someone, again, someone very innocent and someone who has a transformational journey with Alia. It was a very, very extensive process with Alia's character. We had a number of auditions, and Kashmira was fantastic in it.
So I would like to specifically mention the scenes that I've gotten the most reviews for. All the people that watched the first few episodes called me and were saying, why are you talking for more than 3 minutes in the bathroom scene? And they were like, we know you, when we watch it, we're so gripped, don't talk more, it's done. 3 people used to look at their watches and be like, okay, it's done, 3 minutes are done. But that takes me back to the time we were shooting it, and it was the same day that we shot all the bathroom scenes. And those scenes for me were quite challenging, because it's something really extreme that Alia goes through, or the information she gets about losing her father, about the betrayal that she is facing, about being trapped. So yeah, that one day, or the bathroom scene especially for me, were very challenging.
मैं तो हर फ्रेम में होना चाहता हूँ, मगर हमको कहानी भी सुनानी है. But I must say that जब मैं शूटिंग कर रहा था तो मुझे लगता था, क्योंकि मेरा कैरेक्टर इस तरह का था जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रहा था, तो मुझे लगा था ठीक है, ठीक ही होगा कोई खास. बट आई थिंक द रिस्पॉन्स दैट आई हैव गॉट इज़ फिनोमिनल. एंड यस, आई थिंक द कंक्लूजन ऑफ फ्रीलांसर विल हैव सम मोमेंट्स वेयर यू विल सी, जो अभी सीन आपने देखा जैसे उसमें एक एस्पेक्ट उसका नज़र आता है काफ़ी कुछ है आई थिंक, और वो धीरे धीरे होगा. नीरज की राइटिंग में सबसे बड़ी बात ये होती है कि जो लिखा होता है वैसा वही नज़र आता है. देयर इज़ नो एडिटिंग डन आफ्टर दैट, इसको निकाल देते हैं. दैट आई थिंक द मिनिमलिस्टिक अप्रोच दैट ही यूजेस. और आपने भी सवाल पूछा शीतल जी से How do you decide that you are different from other people? आपने बहुत अच्छा इनके बारे में बोला. Today's time there are so many people, so many things. So how do you become a leader, or how do you become a different person? Is by working very hard, and that's what you will see in Freelancer. And on a side note, I want to tell you, the first person who did my interview in Mumbai before I got into movies was Z.A. Johar from Mayapuri. And I'm thankful. I always said, मैं कुछ नहीं था और मुझे वो पृथ्वी थिएटर में मिले थे वाली पीटर जॉन और Z.A. जौहर साहब, और उन्होंने मेरा मायापुरी में इंटरव्यू किया था. So I certainly remember that you are from Mayapuri.
It's a great story that draws you, and in this case, I was happy that Bhav was excited by the idea of leading this one and putting this ensemble cast and help us in shaping up this particular story. But it's always the story. It starts with the story and ends with the story. If the story is worth sharing with audiences and you've got faith in your audiences that the audiences will enjoy that ride, I mean, that's the biggest motivation.